Do you have any idea how grateful these firefighters are to you? They say, had they not been slowed
by me, slowed
by
down
you,
by me,
helping you down, and they weren't about to leave you, that they wouldn't have been in that spot, and none of you would have survived.
God loves us. All of us. Oh.
A few days after the attack, Josephine Harris turned 60 years old, a milestone she might not have reached but for the men of Ladder 6. She's a bookkeeper for the Port Authority. Her office was in the North Tower of the World Trade Center on the 73rd floor. By the time she met Captain Jonas and his men, she had already walked down 60 stories.
Was it hard going down the stairs?
Yes. Very.
Step by step, one stair at a time, 1 foot at a time.
I think now I'm taking like 1 foot. Putting 1 foot, 1 foot. Instead of going step by step, I'm going like one. And the next thing I know, they said, she's gonna go. I heard she's gonna go. I don't know what they were talking about me. They were talking about the building. The building came down on us.
What was that moment like when the building collapsed for you?
Scary. Oh, the sound. Just scary. I didn't know whether I kept saying help, help, help.
And the force of it all knocked you all down?
It knocked me down. It knocked one of the firemen down. And I remember also I was holding on to a fireman's boot, his leg, like for dear life. And this stuff is just hanging everywhere. But you can see the light coming in. You see this big beams, I guess that's what you call them, just torn up like paper. And this is a building. And we're sitting there for a long time. Very long time.
She told us that when the rescuers from ladders 43 and 53 took over, she was lifted from the stairwell and carried across the debris field in a rescue basket, a cloth protecting her face.
They put me in it. They strapped me in. And we started that long journey. One of the firemen had told me that if I could walk, which I couldn't, they would go across some beams, and I knew I couldn't do that if I could walk. And I guess they took me across those beams in that basket. It was a rough ride.
So they carried you out?
Yeah. When I took that scarf, or whatever it was that was on my face, that they had covered my face with, and I saw the sky. It was a beautiful blue sky. And that meant that I had made it. I was safe. I had been blessed. They brought me to safety like they said they would. They brought me from my tomb to safety.
Physically, you came out okay. And emotionally?
Not good. But it's going to get better. It's getting better.
How would you describe what those men did?
They are strong, brave, caring, kind people I have ever met. When I was scared, they held my hand. They took off their jackets and gave them to me when I was cold. They told me not to be afraid. They would get me out. And they did. They are magnificent.
You know what they say? They say you are their guardian angel.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. I would not be sitting here.
How do you begin to thank them?
I don't know. All I can tell them. God bless them and may God keep them safe. I don't know what else to do except give them a big hug.
There she is.
Still ahead.
Hello, guys. Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
They were all there at the Ladder 6 firehouse in New York's Chinatown, all glad to see her.
Hello. How are you?
I'm so worried about you. How you feeling?
Oh, I feel great. I feel great.
Were you with your grandchild? Is that where you were?
No.
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 Oh, man, so nice to see you. Thank you for saving our lives.
Oh, thank you for saving my life.
God bless you, man.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Come into our firehouse. You included.
Then, another walk with Bill Butler. Only today, they had all the time in the world.
Actually, we have something else for you.
Oh, boy. A jacket.
What they wrote on the jacket said it all.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. You're my guardian angels and my heroes.
They got her to sign their book, and then they got her off her feet, inviting her to sit around their firehouse table to talk about what they had been through.
Did you realize that the other tower had collapsed? Did you?
No.
No, you didn't. I wonder why you were so calm.
No. I had no idea what outside was like.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Neither did we.
I love that beach stairway.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my family on vacation after the stairway.
Nah.
I don't know. We must have been simpatico that day because we just, you know, you were in the right spot at the right time, and we were in the right spot at the right time for each other.
How are you changed by all of this? Tell me.
I guess, you know, like the rest of the guys, you know, I want to be really happy that I made it out. But the rest of the brothers here, we lost 300 and something, you know, great men, you know, and it's hard to be happy when we haven't gotten them back yet, you know.
There's countless numbers of firemen out there that you might never hear their names. There's countless numbers of civilians that you're never going to know their names. But I think we all think about them all the time and what happened to them.
What do you say to those responsible for this?
Don't say you did this in the name of God. Just don't say that.
No God could be this cruel.
I just hope people don't forget with time. Pictures don't do any justice. People should never forget.
Do you believe there's a purpose for your having survived this?
We don't know. We all talked on the phone. I tried to make contact with everybody almost every day. And I kept telling them, don't feel guilty that you're alive. We just have to make the most out of this gift.
Many stories will be told about this day, and sadly, many will be forgotten. That's how it goes when courage becomes so commonplace. But before any of us takes it for granted, listen to one last story about Josephine Harris and Ladder 6, when they were trapped in that stairwell and the world around them was exploding.
I thought the building was going to start moving again. And one of the firemen told me, he says, if anything happens, they would put me in that doorway, and he would cover my body with his.
The firefighters never mentioned that to us. Maybe they never gave it a second thought. After all, protecting lives is what they do. It's their job.
Any thoughts of leaving the job?
I thought about it. I even mentioned it to Jay. But I feel like I'm being cheated, though. I can't leave on these terms. I have to leave on my terms. I can't let anybody chase me. I've never let anybody chase me out of anywhere I wanted to go or anything I wanted to do. I always fought for what I wanted and what I thought was right. And I always said I wanted to choose the time I left. I said 25 years, maybe I would think about it then. But I thought about it, and Cap, I ain't going.
Good.
I can't. I gotta stay.
Sal? Have you thought about it?
I think everybody thinks about it, but to leave now after this, I don't know if I can look at myself in the mirror and like what I see, because, no.
Because it would feel like a defeat.
Yeah, no, I'm not going. I'm scared, you know, and feeling guilty and all those emotions, and but I got to be true to me and you know, happy with me, and I'm staying.
Matt?
I think being a fireman runs through your core, and even if stuff happens around that core, you always have that core. And it's a very difficult thing, especially after what we've been through. Those thoughts enter your mind, but that core is always there. So I think I'm going to be sticking around. I'm going to take it one day at a time.
Soon, Matt Komorowski will follow another captain into harm's way. Captain Jay's promotion brings him a new command and others to account for, the way he did for the lucky and brave men of Ladder 6.
Watching every one of these guys make it. That was my, excuse me. That was my last response as the captain of Ladder 6. A company I was very proud to lead. And my guys got out.
After what happened on September 11th, some people are calling Ladder 6 Lucky 6. One other note, Bill Butler took us out to the Staten Island landfill where debris from the fallen towers is being hauled. This is all that remains of the Ladder 6 truck, and it was almost brand new. I'm Stone Phillips. Thanks for joining us.